What's up, guys? My name is Evan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Um, Today I want to talk about a useful metaphor that I've used going into a psychedelic experience that I've found to be very helpful. And it actually comes from a parable in the Bible. And I'm by no means religious at all. I just thought that this was very interesting parable and very relative to the psychedelic experience. So I just wanted to talk about it today and explain what it's actually pointing to. So I don't know the parable word for word, but I'm just going to give it to you in my own words, my own interpretation of it. And the parable is called The Story of the Wise and the Foolish Builders. And essentially it goes like this. There's two groups of builders that are looking to build a structure. One of the groups of builders is building, they both want to build a structure. They're both looking for ground to build the structure on. One of the groups of builders, the foolish builders, decide to build their structure in the desert, in the shifting sands of the desert. So they go out and they erect their structure in the sand. They complete their structure, they build it, and after they're done, a storm comes. Huge desert storm, rain, wind, and this storm just totally decimates their structure, completely knocks it over, obliterates it. The other group of builders, the wise builders, built upon a rock. They thought, we need more solid ground. We need somewhere that is firm and unyielding. And so they built upon a rock, a boulder. Same storm came. When the storm came, their structure remained. It was able to weather the storm. It was able to weather the wind and the rain. And so by the end of the storm, it was still there. It was still standing. And I thought that this was extremely relative to the psychedelic experience, because when you take a psychedelic like psilocybin or LSD or mescaline, things start to change very rapidly. Your perception can start to change. Things will morph into each other. Boundaries start to dissolve. Things kind of become like kind of amorphous, and sometimes can almost even look holographic in a way. Very wavy. Things are blending into each other. And your mind becomes like the sand in the desert. So when you're trying to find solid ground to stand on within that experience, it becomes very difficult. You're looking for a handhold, you're looking for something to grab onto, and it's like you're grabbing handfuls of sand. Things slip right through your fingers very quickly. And so what this parable is actually pointing to, what is the rock? When you enter the psychedelic experience, the rock is your subjective awareness. Some people might call it the witness, some people might call it the observer, some people might call it the higher self. I just like to refer to it as awareness, just pure awareness. Your pure subjective awareness is the only unchanging thing in that experience. And if you can disidentify with your mind and retreat, go backwards into this place in yourself where you exist as pure awareness, you will find that it's completely unchanging, rock-like, solid, still. Despite the fact that everything is changing around you, that reality itself might just be totally disintegrating in this psychedelic experience, you will find that if you go to your center, totally unmoving, totally unchanging. And this is the rock in the parable. You know, the parable uses the metaphor of like building a structure, but really it's pointing you inward toward yourself. What is the rock in yourself? Where is that place in yourself where nothing is moving? Where is that place in yourself where nothing is changing? And if you try to take refuge in your mind, in the shifting sands of your mind, of the psychedelic experience, you will find that there is nothing that you will be able to hold on to. There's nothing that you'll be able to grasp. And so if you go to this place in yourself, the seat of your subjective awareness, you'll find it's perfectly still, perfectly unmoving. And so when you go to this place in yourself, you're able to weather the trials and the tribulations of life, whatever it is that life may throw at you. If you are in the place within yourself where nothing is moving and nothing is changing, the chances are that your structure will be much more well equipped to handle whatever life throws at it, whatever the psychedelic experience throws at it. So yeah, I hope that this helps somebody. I found it to be extremely useful for myself in my own experiences, because when I take a psychedelic, your psychological structure can become very able to be changed. Things can change rapidly in your psychology. And if you can go to the place where you're witnessing it and not identified with it, you're much more well equipped to deal with these changes. You can adjust much more rapidly. You're more resilient and more well equipped to weather whatever it is that life throws at you. And yeah, so I hope that this helps somebody. I hope that somebody takes some value from this, because I think that really the parable seems very simple in a way, if you were to look at it just from the sense of like, oh yeah, well, of course, why would you try to build a house on sand? But that's not really what it's pointing to. It's pointing to a place in yourself, pointing to that rock in yourself. Go to the rock. Find the rock in yourself and build upon that. Don't try to take refuge in the shifting sands of your mind. Hope you guys have a good day. Peace.